Hello and happy 4th. I wanted to take you on a little garden maintenance with me. I'm going to cut back some of the old peas, sugar snap peas, and I started a little bit already. I'm going to cut back some of my sweet peas and harvest some of the seeds. And I'm going to grab a drip tray and shears, clean shears. Oh, this one I guess it doesn't really matter. Actually, I need 2 trays. Since I'm doing the sweet peas and sugar snap peas, my sweet peas are dying back, whether it's because of the heat or because they're getting choked out by other things. My morning glories are becoming prolific, which is nice. Right here I have, I'm going to make a mess while I'm doing it. Grab my yard waste bin, big old bin, and I'm going to find, usually I let these dry on the plant, but because they're already pretty dried back, this is the state that 2 of my plants are in. This is 2 of them. Just yellowed. Like I said, it's pretty withered and dry. So my guess is heat, but again, could very well be lack of nutrients. I fertilized within the last week. Ooh, I just popped on the seeds. But I'm just going to clip all of the seed pods that produced on there, put them in my tray, and they'll just dry out naturally here in the garage. And I'm not gonna save the little tiny ones. They're mostly at the top. Let's see. I think there were only a few. There's like that little tiny one there. I might as well save it just in case. Cut that off. And then I'm dumping it into my yard waste bin. Oh, early bug was in that one. You can munch in the yard waste bin. Okay. I think I got all the ones that were on what I just pulled. So we're gonna go out and see what else we can find. Let's go. This is what I gathered so far. Just 5 there, it looks like. And we're gonna come out and grab a couple more if they're big. So we look over here. Those aren't very big. We're not gonna pick those. Nope. Nope. There's one. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Right there. No. Sure looking pretty. And do you see any more? I don't think so. Come and check over here. Nope. Not there. No. Okay. So then this one definitely looks like it's dying back though, look. It's just getting really yellowed. Like I said, I've fertilized, but these are the morning glories and they're getting big and tall. So that's okay as long as I have something vining. I love the sweet pea though, they're so pretty. And then over here, this one seems to be doing okay yet. And then that one in that corner seems to be doing okay yet. Here I have more Morning Glory. This one I kind of accidentally pulled down at the roots when I was pulling the sweet pea. I wasn't paying attention. So hopefully I should cover that up a little bit more. I'll come back in there. Okay, now we're gonna come over here. I'll go inside. I've got lots of dying back. And, oh, hello. Gross. But I'm gonna be cutting back these that are dried, like there and there. Walnut tree. I'm gonna die out here with those things falling. Dying back. I mean, it's pretty normal. But then I have this young shoot that's coming up. And more little peas. So some of these, I'm not pulling the plant yet, but I will definitely cut back the peas and save those. So let's do that real quick. All right, I only found 4, but I want to do a little testing. I picked one that looked pretty big, starting to dry, but I'm curious what the pea looks like on the inside and what they taste like. Peas are gigantic. Oh, yeah, not good. Okay, that's junk. So yeah, they're definitely, I shouldn't say not good. That was fine. But not the greatest. Anyway, so we're gonna let those dry out a little bit more. And let those dry out a little bit more. These guys, obviously that one's junk, but we're gonna let these dry out a little bit more. They're still soft, so you'll know that once this shell is like firm, crispy, like the stem is really crispy, but this part is still pretty soft. We're gonna let those stay in there until it's pretty much tight around all the pea seeds. And then the same thing, these will get really brown, just like these are. And it'll get super dry, and then we'll pop out the seeds, and you can kind of see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did not label what color sweet peas are gonna be, but they're gonna either be purple or white, because those are the colors that I have right now. But as you can see, I have a ton on here that I'm going to be harvesting within the next week or so. Let's just look over here, kind of give you some updates. Sunflower heads are getting there, just coming along, beautiful things. Onions are huge. I still don't think they're getting big. Oh, I'm so excited. Now that one has room to breathe, and I trimmed back a bunch of the leaves down at the bottom, which I would do on all of these. And let's see. Yeah, this one. So I just cut those back. It's afternoon already, and it's still feeling pretty comfortable. You can see this bed doesn't get sun until about, the sun's almost right over my head, but there's still that big tree. It'll get sun in about a half hour or so. And then they get the hot sun. So I like that it gets morning shade time to absorb water once I've watered, which I did this morning. Peppers are looking nice and full. And then the cucumber, I gotta get rid of some of those flowers. I don't know what I'm gonna get out of this cucumber, but I'm just gonna let it continue its life. Got some pretty bachelor buttons opening over here. And it's just nice and pretty. I love how delicate the sweet pea flowers are. It's too bad not more survived. Well, that's okay. The woolly cate's getting nice and tall. It's getting a couple buds on there. The 42-day is just streaming with tomatoes, and they're not pinking up just yet. They'll get there. Zinnias are about to pop open. I'm excited to see what different colors I get over here. And then more beautiful bachelor buttons. I like the difference between this lavender and then this blue. I love blue. I didn't think I would love blue that much in a garden, but it's pretty. I have not seen, I might be speaking too soon, I have not been seeing very many pollinators in these beds. So maybe once the zinnias open up, I'll get some more. I have those zinnias back there too. And then we quickly come over here. So I have two thoughts on my two tomatoes over here. This one could still be diseased. I don't know, because now there's some yellowing, but it could be that they overwatered. I overwatered. And, or the other thing that occurred to me, we like to leave our hose out in the yard so I don't have to carry it out here every single time that I water, especially on consecutive hot days. So, but what I have been forgetting is that the hose has been in the sun all day, and even at nighttime the water doesn't cool off from the hose, and you gotta let that run so that you get the cool water that comes out. And when I use the hose sometimes, this is the first spot that I start to water in. And I wonder if once or twice I wasn't paying attention and forgot to stream out the hose of the hot water. But it looks a lot better than it did yesterday. So I didn't water it again, and then maybe I'll water it tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be super hot, but I'm not gonna water for one more day. This one looks a bit better. So that's what I'm going with, and see if that does any good. All of these zinnias, I'm so excited for them to pop open. I have an envy back here that popped open. These are those volunteer bachelor buttons that I moved that finally opened up. Too bad I didn't get any pink. Got all blues and lavenders, no whites, no pinks. Next year, because I really like a more mix of color. The bush of calendula right here, every calendula, this is the only one that hasn't opened up. But so far, they're all different varieties, so that's really pretty. I love that. So, nothing else to really, well, this sad looking thing. I cut down another branch. Dragonfly, hi. Hang out with us. You're beautiful. That is that's something I have seen a couple times, are dragonflies. So that makes me super excited. All back here, it's filling in pretty nice. Pretty happy. It's pretty chaotic to some, I would imagine, but there are just little pockets of this area versus this area, not equal, but I like that. They all have their own little characters. This one, I imagine, is going to be a straw flower, and it's just already so pretty before it's even truly opened up. I'm just so excited to see what you're gonna look like all open. Straw flower is new, but I love the images of them that I've seen. So that's about it. Just to kind of show, the sun is now going to start hitting the fence line for the afternoon, so hopefully the drink I gave them this morning will help them have a good day. And that's all. Just a little maintenance and a little tour. Thanks. Happy 4th. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.